Welcome in April 1st, 2025, another edition of Sportswrap Overtime, but we're doing something a little different. The first time we've done this on the new debut of Sportswrap OT, a featured guest, a one-on-one conversation with someone that's been great to us in the Sportswrap and in the Wavy Sports team department over the years. Marcus Haynes, former ODU defensive end, now playing his way in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns,
Yes, sir.
Trying to make that 53 here in the 757 in the offseason, training hard as he continues to progress in his NFL career. Marcus, how you been doing, man? It's been a while. I think I saw you last season at one ODU game, but how you been?
I've been doing pretty good. Trying to keep my feet in the ground. Trying to go out here and just do the best I can, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah. You're training in Virginia Beach.
Yes, sir.
With the guy who trained you for your pro day a couple
sir.
years ago when you were coming out in
Yes, sir.
2022 or 2023, I guess.
Yes, sir.
What's training like right now? What does that look like?
So I'm over there in Virginia Beach, Anthony Stringfield at First String Sports. I came down here with the goal of transforming my body. Mm-hmm. I have reports saying I need to have bigger arms, bigger butt.
Okay.
Like little things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I let String know that I wanted to transform my body, work on some conditioning things and some mental awareness things, you know what I'm saying? Coming from a lighter spot of pulling from anger and stuff like that. So he's been doing a great job with the mental aspect of things too.
And we're going to get into the NFL stuff. I want to kind of rewind the clock, Marcus, just a little bit, get to know your background for the viewers and everything, and just get to know more of your story. I just got some notes I'm going to be referencing here from Bowie, Maryland,
Yes,
right?
sir.
DMV.
Yes, sir.
I guess the first thing I always think of is like, a lot of DMV people I talk to that have been in Virginia, you're so proud to be from the DMV. What is it about the DMV that so many people are so proud to be from?
Well, from where I grew up, like it's black excellence, like black high middle class. You're used to seeing a lot of flashy things. It's a very high standard. Like how I grew up in a 2-parent household. Like I have two other brothers. Older brother, he's finishing up his master's degree at LSU right now.
Okay.
A younger brother, he actually got drafted in the 3rd round.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
As you see, like even just in my family, like my dad, he works down at C-SPAN down in downtown. My mom, she just transferred jobs. I'm not sure what her new position is. So it's just like just seeing a whole bunch of hard work from my parents, and then letting that standard be high, like around our community. Like you don't want to be slouched.
Okay.
In PG County, so they'll let you know without having to say too much.
Yeah. PG County is known everywhere. You get to Old Dominion. You're playing under Bobby Wilder at the time, right? So I know sometimes the head coach isn't always recruiting you, but what was your experience when you got around Bobby the first few times, meeting him, interacting with him? What'd you think of Bobby Wilder?
His energy is very high, and like I felt. What's the proper word? I felt gracious to be in the room. Like this is still times where I'm still transferring being a receiver. I'm coming in at like 6'4", like 205. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing guys like O'Shane. I'm seeing guys like Tim.
Yeah.
I'm seeing guys like Boomy Rotini. Like I'm seeing guys that have went and played in the league. Like you know what I'm saying? These are guys that are ahead of me at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm over here like I'm still in the do I have it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily in the I know I got it yet. You know what I'm saying? So just letting him allowing me to be in the room, taking a chance on a skinny guy. He saw something in me. Coach Commish saw something in me. So it was just like I felt gracious to be in that room. Like whatever he needed, I was gonna do. Like,
and then how did the conversation come about changing positions? You're trying to play receiver. Maybe it's not going exactly. And then at what point do you say, hey, let's try D-line?
That actually happened in Fork Union.
Oh, okay.
Shoot, I have so many funny stories. So we go through the whole training camp throughout Fork Union. I'm doing pretty good at receiver. I'm still thinking I want to be like Plexico Burris that came out of Fork Union.
Virginia Beach legend.
So I'm thinking I'm going to be the next big thing or whatever after I see how things are starting to go and players are getting called for me and everything like that. We get to the first game, I dropped 6 passes. Before the dang on halftime, legendary John Schumann looks me dead in the face. He's like, "Look, you go out here and drop another one. You bench." First play, as soon as we get out there, dropped it. So I'm saying, get down to the last play of the game, and they were like, "Well, we need someone under the rush. Well, Haynes, get in there."
Okay.
And ended up getting my first sack, first play.
Wow.
And then, Coach Schumann, he kind of brought me back and was like, "Look, like there's a lot of guys that look like you at receiver. There's not a lot of guys that look like you run a 4.5 at DN. Like I think we might be able to sell you at DN. So we're not going to fully take you off a receiver. So don't be scared about that. But I think we're going to be able to get this done at DN. Like just give it a shot.
When you think about the emotions of this video right here, as you watch this on the screen, Marcus, like, I mean, here's your sack. You were just kind of talking about one of them, of the two that day, but the emotions behind that game, man. Did you realize as a young cat, like, how big of a deal it was Old Dominion defeating the mighty Virginia Tech Hokies?
To be honest with you, like, once you out there playing with everybody, like, some guys are better than other guys, but just because you have a name on your helmet doesn't mean you better than me. Like, I'm supposed to be playing at Virginia Tech. You just told me I wasn't big enough to play at your school. So I'm about to show you why Old Dominion's better. Like, that's the thing about Old Dominion. Like, I feel like back then we wasn't getting as much as respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were still, like, I guess D1AA coming up to the big boys or whatever. But Old Dominion always has a way of finding guys like playmakers, like true playmakers. Like, if you put them on any Power 5 team, or like how you seeing other guys are in today's age that end up leaving and transferring, going to play at big schools, they're not the second or third team. You know what I'm saying? They're making big plays. Yeah. So Old Dominion always finds a good way to find these big guys, these big athletes that maybe not everybody knows about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that was incredible. Probably the biggest win in program history. And then we're going to get to it here in a minute. You did it again in 2022, your senior year, but you played under Coach Wilder, right, for 3 seasons, 2017, 18, 19. 2020, COVID happens, season's canceled. And then Ricky Ronnie comes from Penn State and steps in. Did you, and I don't know if the transfer portal was just kind of coming around, but like, why'd you stick around at Old Dominion after, Bobby got fired and then Ricky Ronnie was coming in? Why choose to stick around?
That still goes into like the self-confidence thing. Like the portal was a little bit different. Like NIL wasn't a thing just yet, so it wasn't even about I don't know if I can get paid. I just didn't have enough self-confidence in myself as to where if I put myself in the portal. Also, I'm still like 225 at the time. Okay, so I'm saying, so this is still like pre going into COVID. We just got Coach Ronnie. This is before we got sent home in like February. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here thinking, well, if I were to just pull everything, am I going to be able to go to a bigger school? I didn't really think, you know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't close my eyes and see the dream of not being at Old Dominion. You know what I'm saying? So I trusted my dream. I prayed on it and I trusted that. Sure enough, going into where COVID was, I'm going to say Dwight Gold, I think he was at Virginia Tech and now I think he's at Marshall. He was so gracious. He called my dad. He told him to rent a van. He told me that he was going to put a weight room in the trunk. Okay. He sent me home and he told my dad to feed me 3 times a day. Okay. And make sure I go downstairs and lift these weights 2 times a day. Yeah. I went home before COVID, like 225, came back like 267, 270. Wow. So I'm saying all stomach at that point. Like, my arms off stomach. So I'm about to say just the coaching staff and the way they trusted me and the way they saw something in me. Like, I'm glad that I stayed. I'm glad that I just didn't do what everybody else was doing. Like, I'm glad that I trusted my eyes not seeing a dream going somewhere else. Like, I'm glad I didn't let other people get in my head and here, like, well, y'all might not be the best. You might want to go somewhere else. Like, I feel like Old Dominion was my legacy. Like, that's why I take so much pride in the Monarchs now. Like,
yeah. But you go undrafted, right? Like, tell me about the draft process. What were your expectations, and then how it all played out for you, and then when you didn't get drafted, kind of what was your thought process?
Okay, so coming out of school in that December, I didn't have an agent. Scared, stressed. You know what I'm saying? Luckily my little brother, he was just put down All-American honors and people were trying to get him. I was able to go to a meeting with him and I ran into my agency, JL Sports. So I'm saying I met the top one, the Joe Linta, and I also met his son Nick Linta, and they were able to see something in me. They basically made a little deal with me and they were like, look, we can put you in this tropical bowl game because they haven't seen me play at this point. Okay. But they knew they wanted my little brother or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they put me in the tropical bowl game. I was able to show what I had a little bit. I got a little interest from the scouts at that point.
That's like a postseason All-Star game or something? Okay.
I think it goes like Reese Senior Bowl, Shrine Game. Now those are kind of like
it's a big deal.
Those
West Shrine
like
Game
interchanging. Yep. And then I think it went like Hula maybe, or Tropical, almost like the same level. I think it was like another bowl under that, and then the HBCU bowl. Right. So being able to be in the bowl game, being able to get in front of the scouts or whatever, I was able to get on to Orlando. I was able to show what I had down there. I impressed them a little bit more. They came back. They told me. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't really when I closed my eyes, like I like being real with myself. Like I didn't want to joke myself. I didn't see me walking across the stage.
Okay.
I didn't even see me getting my name called and my name flashing across the screen. But
Okay.
at the end of the day, I knew, like I knew I heard the stadium. Like I knew I saw myself turning the corner to getting a sack, but I couldn't see the jersey. I couldn't see the name that was on the helmet. But I knew that moment was there. Like I knew my career wasn't done. Sure enough. 5 minutes right after the draft, the Broncos call. And, well, my agent calls and he said, well, the Broncos want to sign you for X amount of dollars.
Wow.
And I said, yeah, we got more people to get signed. So congratulations. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And drop my tears. You know what I'm saying? Cried my family for a second. Well, we did it.
You were in Bowie. You were in Bowie when you got the call? Okay.
So and then it was like immediately like, all right, what's next steps? Like, so new coming in like undrafted free agent, like I thought it was gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess harder than most, but in the day, like the work you put in college, like the bumps you go through in college, like prepare you for this next level. Like it wasn't the big slap in the face I thought it was gonna be. It's just football at the end of the day. Like the same guys that have Alabama helmets on, SEC helmets on, those big O linemen up there in the Pac-10 up there in the North and stuff like that. Like you get out here and you make plays against them in rookie minicamp. You start getting a little confidence about yourself. Like I always see like there's always like 3 levels of football. Like even if you remember back in the day, like there's a superstar. There's the kind of the guys that kind of like maybe kiss butt, maybe coach's pet to stay around. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the guys like, all right, how did he get here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I'm kind of playing and I'm making plays against these guys. And I'm seeing I'm like in between like that top 2, you know what I'm saying, like rounds or whatever. So I'm starting to get a little confidence about myself. Well, I can do it. There's not a question if I can do it at this point no more. Like, all right, now what I have to do to stay in the building, like being in Denver, like not really knowing like politics and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, coming in super early, you know what I'm saying, making sure that you're doing the right things, saying the right things, carrying yourself a certain way on the field and practice and stuff like that. Like I'm just a ball to the wall guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go out there, I'm a grit, I'm gonna talk my mess, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it's not meant for that every single time. Like I didn't understand that at the point. Like I thought if you were able to make plays, you know what I'm saying, that you were stay around all the way. But so I'm saying
numbers,
also,
money play into it, coaching staff.
There's also other things where other rooms needs and other stuff like that. So there's just roster moves. So I didn't necessarily do anything wrong. To be a cut, but other roster moves needed to be made, and that was like my first little wake up. Like, okay, it isn't how good you play, right? So I'm saying,
team managing the roster is crucial. When in Denver too, so you go undrafted, you get through rookie minicamp. I saw there was some preseason action. Was at a Rams game. You played the Rams. Was it 4 preseason games back then, or was it 3 at this point?
It was 3.
It was 3. Okay.
It's always 3. You get a bonus if you play in that Hall of Fame game, that first game.
Oh yeah, the Hall of Fame. So how many preseason games did you play in with Denver?
All 3.
You played in all 3.
I remember getting down there in for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So I remember getting down there playing for the Cardinals. It was dry down there.
Yeah.
I got in early, first quarter, and I didn't think I was gonna get in. So I'm saying I'm out there, I'm rushing, I'm getting pressures and stuff. Almost get a sack. So I'm saying almost isn't good enough in the NFL. So had a good game there. I remember the second game we played in San Francisco. It was nicer. You know what I'm saying? It was cooler out there. You know what I'm saying? Well, everybody that knows Sean Payton knows that he's a harder coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had 2, what some people would classify as knucklehead veterans or whatever, but they were very good men to me. Like, they were able to teach me a lot about like the business part of the game. And when you make plays, you get a lot of money for it. So
Right.
So he was trying to teach them a lesson and made them play all the way to the 4th quarter. So
I have a history with Sean. I covered Sean, though. I realize these hard tactics. This goes back a while.
If you're an older guy and you have a big contract, you don't really play past 2 series in the first quarter. Yeah. So I'm still trying to fight that mental battle. Well, are we gonna get a chance to show stuff like that and stuff like that? But I was able to get in there and show some things for special teams. Got in on a few tackles or whatever that game. And then the last game against the Rams, they didn't play at all. Okay. It was me versus another guy, and I was able to get to start over him or whatever. And it was just balls to the wall. Whatever I could touch. I almost blocked the punt that game. Keyword almost. Yeah. So I'm saying almost got a sack that game. Almost got a TFL that game. Right. You know what I'm saying? Keyword almost. Like I keep showing potential, but now I'm in a position where I'm going to go make that play now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just being able to keep growing and be able to go out there and play in the game and know that I can touch and I can make the play. Now it's time to go make the play this upcoming preseason.
What is the practice squad life like that? That's a story that doesn't get told enough. I mean, first of all, I don't even know, what is there, 16 to 18 of y'all, something like that is the number. What's the practice squad life? Explain that.
It's different everywhere you go in every organization. Like in Denver, well, first everywhere you're a true part of the team. You're upheld to even higher standard than the most superstar. So it's like you have to make sure that you're coming in here. You have to make sure that you're doing everything that the team does. But at the same time, personally, you have to make sure that you're showing a little bit more. That way, just in case if there's a roster move that needs to be made, your name is considered before someone that they might have to go get off the street, or your name is considered ready to play. It's say if someone, God forbid, goes down or something like that. Like it's all about building trust with these organizations. Like. So, like, for the Broncos, they would travel everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would look forward to having a great week of practice. And even though I might not play this week, okay,
you're good. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, we're getting to it.
That's my I'm so sorry.
It's all good,
but, like, being able to go have a hard week of practice, being able to go to the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Boy.
Yeah.
Having a great week against the Chiefs, and then, going out there and being able to go beat the Chiefs. Like, everybody in the NFL doesn't get to say they beat the Chiefs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody in the NFL, everybody on the Pacific team doesn't get to say they have a game ball against the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Off the practice squad.
There you go.
It's like I take pride in.
So you got the game
hard.
ball to prepare, to help in preparation for the Chiefs that week. That's huge, man.
So it's like, but then, like, say you go to the Steelers. So I'm saying, you work hard. It's still the same standards. Like, you're still a full part of the team. But they don't travel everybody. It's more like a mind game. Like, you got to earn being on this bus. Like, it's not a given. You don't get to travel. You got to earn that. You know what I'm saying? So in turn, like, it makes you want to go out there and you can go whip somebody's butt and make sure that they know, yeah, I earned, or I want to make sure that I'm on this bus this week. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they do a great job of mentally locking guys in up there. Like, they run a great business up there in the Steelers too.
Yeah.
And then, like, Cleveland, I was already used to not traveling with the Steelers now. So just kind of trying to feel everything of where they're going. But being able to go in there, work hard enough to make sure I don't get moved around in the middle of the season again. After already feeling that twice. Yeah. So I want to make sure that I'm going in there, I'm not hurting any of the superstars. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure I'm going balls to the wall, but I don't want to hurt any superstars. Making sure I'm not touching Jameis. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But
can't
at the
touch
same time,
Jameis.
Going balls to the wall on special teams and showing the assistant head coach that I'm able to play if anybody, if you need assistance at any point in the season. So
yeah,
just being able to practice squad is just like you do everything that the superstar does except go make the play on Sunday.
Right.
But that time is definitely coming. Like,
yeah,
any guy that any person that might be out there that might be second team or like practice squad, like keep working on your craft every single day. Like, don't get into a rut or like a slump. Like,
right.
Any day could really be your opportunity. Like, when my chance comes, I'm not giving it back.
With the Browns going into this, we're April 1st, right? So I guess the next thing on most people's mind would be OTAs.
Yes, sir.
Coming up. Talk to me about the rest of your offseason and then your mindset going into OTAs with Cleveland again.
To begin the offseason, just to come in and not put a whole bunch of stress on myself this year. Going into last year, I ended up getting hurt because I put too much stress thinking I wasn't working hard enough, not necessarily the things I was doing. So that was why I made sure I saved enough to make sure I had enough to invest in training this year, like truly. So now with First String Sports, I'm able to get D-line training. I'm able to get strength and conditioning training and mental training all in one for not a super high price. You know what I'm saying? So being down here with this extra week, like, just being able to keep focusing on the mental. So I'm saying, like, my body's there. Like, I came to string around like 257. I'm weighing 271 now. Okay. Chiseled and ready to go work. Yeah. Like, I feel strong. Like, I don't feel the same pains I felt in my legs. Feeling like I wasn't working hard enough, just trying to outwork people. Like, going into OTAs, like, being able, what I use politic-wise from Denver, politic-wise from the Steelers, even what I've sat back and had to see, like, even with the Browns and stuff like that, making sure I'm being the best professional I could possibly be, like, not even including a football just yet. So I'm saying, making sure I'm using the facilities to the best way I possibly can, because the Browns facility is one of the best facilities in the nation. At least where I've been. Yeah. To the other spots that I've been.
Berea, right? Or no, is that where they do training?
Berea.
Berea. Sorry.
So just being able to make sure I'm maximizing every opportunity that I'm getting every day without having to feel like I'm working to my last little thin bit of gas left in the tank. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being able to go in here and be focused, have fun. I might say be free, like trust the training that I've put in to let me know that I don't need to stress over. I need to make this play in order to make the team. Like, if I go out there and I have fun, I'm gelling with the team. Like, this is the first time I actually get to come back into the organization that like have a year like with the organization. So I have a little bit more trust now, gaining even more trust over this OTAs. You know what I'm saying? Making the assistant head coach my best friend on special teams, and convincing him to let me run down on all 4 of his special teams, stuff like that. Like.
Yeah, it's key, man. Those special teams can get you in the door and then open things up.
Just taking another half step throughout this summer to progress my career, and then another half step when training camp comes.
Yeah. What last one for you? Let's end on this, Marcus. What would making a 53-man roster, man? What would that mean to you personally? You know, if that happens this later on this fall,
it would be a blessing, but it's not the end goal dream. Like I feel like when people say like, have you reached your dream being in the NFL? Like, it's a part of the dream, but it's not the full dream. Like, I still haven't been able to see. I mean, I still haven't lived what I see when I close my eyes and shit. Like, I feel like as soon as that moment comes, then you better push the pedal to the metal, because like, you know what I'm saying, it might not be too much longer after that. Like, you know what I'm saying. So I know at least until that moment happens, like, I got to keep working. I got to keep working. I got to keep working. Like,
right. Well, yeah, we know you're a hard worker, man. We appreciate you for spending the time today. Like I said, this is our first one-on-one feature story on Sportswrap OT in this podcast. So, Marcus, we appreciate you for coming through. You've always been great to us in my time here. Shout out to Bowie. Shout out to your parents to raise you right.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to your brother. We didn't get into Marcus's brother. We don't have time for this, but your brother Christian, let's mention it. He played guard at UConn. 3rd round pick by the Seahawks in 2024.
All-American at UConn too.
All-American, your football family, man. So, Marcus, just best of luck moving forward,
Appreciate
this fall. We appreciate you coming through, and then, I got your number, so we'll stay in touch.
Yes, sir.
So, thanks so much for Marcus Haynes coming through, man. This has been another episode of Sportswrap OT on the pod. I'm Craig Loper. Let's sign off and say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.